Hello, Brian. Welcome. Congrats. You are our October member of the month.
What an honor.
So nice. Thank you for joining this call today. You are such an inspiration to everyone. Not only are you a part of Rogue, but you're just a great advocate and member for Parkinson's disease. You help with that Ride SoCal, which is awesome. Last year, we were the highest fundraiser, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Doesn't feel like a burden at all. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So let's just start off just like your name and your kind of when you were diagnosed, your feeling when you were diagnosed.
Sure. My diagnosis came in 2014. I was 58 years old, I believe. Like most of us, I didn't know what I didn't know. And it was also falling on a period where we were going through some real challenging times with my daughter. In fact, my wife wasn't at my diagnosis because she was at the final pre-visit before my youngest daughter's last brain surgery, neurosurgery. So it was a really difficult time for Joan, my wife in particular, with two people that she cared about having difficult issues to deal with. But we got through it. And once it happened, I realized I needed to find a cause and something to be proud of. And it led me to the Southern California Riot for Parkinson's. And that's been a big part of my life ever since.
Yeah. So you were a part of the Ride SoCal, and that's how you met one of your friends who introduced you to Rogue, correct?
Yeah, Bob Lear, who I'll always be grateful of for a couple of things, but introducing me to Rogue was certainly a big one. And as many people who are probably watching and listening to this know, Bob was the founder of the Southern California Riot for Parkinson's and has been our leader ever since. And I'm just really indebted to him for a couple of things.
Yeah. And that's great because you have like different people kind of bringing you up and showing you the ropes.
Yeah, there's another member who I'll be seeing shortly in a class, Alan, who when I was first joining Rogue, and again, it's one of those experiences where you kind of don't know what you don't know. Plus, I find that you need to sort of leave your ego at the door when you come here. And Alan was really helpful to me in showing me the ropes and getting me into the program. So I really appreciate him as well.
Yeah, that's great. And it's always nice to kind of acknowledge the people who have really like meant something, especially when you're kind of going on to a new journey. So my next question for you is, what motivates you to exercise? What keeps you coming back?
I think there's a bunch of things. I'm really fortunate in that I have a great family and a support group, and I feel responsible to them that I do the best I can. And as everybody who knows me knows that if I meet you, I'm going to show you a picture of my grandchildren. And they're a great motivator for me. And then I think there's probably even a little ego involved. I mean, if you're going to walk around this planet, you want to feel good and also it's a combination of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have anything that you really couldn't do before you started exercising and now you can?
I'd like to say sleep, but
No, that's awesome. That's a great response. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I really seem to have trouble doing. And,
Yeah.
And I don't think it's Rogue's fault. So
No, so if like your sleep was, before you started working out and you were having trouble sleeping, exercise can actually improve sleep. So that's a great thing. Even though you're not kind of in control of it, you technically are because you are exercising. You're doing all the right things.
yeah, it really is. And what I've learned is it's not so much insomnia for me. It's more I fall asleep fine. It's what they call fragmented sleep, and so we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So can you speak to like one success you had in the past few months or this past year that you would love to like highlight?
Oh boy. I think there's several things. I'm a golfer. If we're going to look at the physical, I think, I played golf for 50 years and never got a hole in one. And in the last year and a half, I got 3.
I wonder what that's from.
I think the rogue exercises, there's a few times where I'll turn to Julia in the middle of a class and we'll be doing something. I'll say, boy, this is going to help my golf swing. Proof's in the pudding.
Yep, you got it. I love it.
What else were you thinking of, Julia? Anything else there?
I mean, what I've seen from you in classes, I have Brian in a circuit strength class, and I have you in the power moves class. And I've seen you grow with confidence in your balance. And so when we do different balance exercises, you know your limits, but you're also able to challenge yourself a little bit more than you used to. So I definitely have noticed a difference with that.
Yeah, I think, as I tell people that it used to be, I tell everybody that my success, if you will, in dealing with Parkinson's is 50% due to meds and 50% due to exercise and activity. I think I've switched that now to 51-49. I'm giving activity and rogue 51% and the meds 49%, because really it's only during physical activity where I can feel almost like I used to. The meds don't do that for me, but the physical activity, there are times where Joan and I will be on a walk, and maybe it's a 4-mile walk, and at about the 3-mile point, I turn to her and I go, I kind of feel like I used to. And that's a great feeling. It doesn't last, unfortunately, but I have it for a little bit.
Yeah, and it's those small wins that will keep you coming back and keeping you consistent with your exercise.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing. So in conclusion, do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement for any other people with PD?
I think one thing that I've learned is if you ask for help, everybody wants to, but you have to ask. I'm not saying that people won't offer or anything like that, but it's just what I've found is everybody's in my corner, and that's a good feeling, and I hope I can pay it back someday.
You are paying it back, because we always have new members coming in, and you're one of the first people to introduce yourself and show them the ropes. So I see that, and I absolutely love having you a part of Rogue, and so proud of everything you've done and you've accomplished, and I can't wait to see what else you can do. Well,
again, I had 2 good mentors in Alan and Bob, and I'm just trying to pay it forward.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on here. I really appreciate it. I'll give you a little.
Thank you, guys.
Of course. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in class in like an hour.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. See ya.